Lordship, moving towards the next case, that is page number 30. So, Lordship, what happened that an FIR was registered 2nd of March 2023 at 12:30 p.m. The only thing that was recovered during the arrest was a mobile phone, a button mobile phone, Nokia buttons mobile phone, on which no Facebook, WhatsApp, anything cannot be accessed.
Nokia phone recovered.
Yeah, Lordship, the main.
But it's not a smartphone.
No, not
What do you call it? A button phone.
a button phone. Yes, Lordship. The seizure memo is on page number 14.
No, but I think button phones you can also access.
In this phone, you cannot access.
So it did not have Wi-Fi.
No.
And why could not it access it on the mobile network?
Yes, Lordship. There's only the you can do the message, the text message or the call. So, Lordship, what happened that now at this stage, a Facebook ID was being associated to this person. When it was during the bail argument, it was questioned from the IO, what evidence do you have? So he stated that the accused provided him with the password of that ID, so that establishes that the ID is his. So I have a humble submission here. If I stated before this that if I make an ID of anyone's name and I go to FIA and say that this is the ID and this is the password, I will be providing the password. How can this particular fact that someone has provided the password is the nexus between the ID and the person? Lordship, but there is more interesting thing that's coming ahead.
बहुत पुराना तरीका है कि आपका पिस्तौल आप पुलिस खुद प्रोड्यूस करती है, अनलाइसेंसी पिस्तौल है और वो क्या उसको बोलते हैं आप, प्लांटेड रिकवरी।
जी,
ये तो पाकिस्तान हमेशा से बड़े सगीर में हो रहा है। प्लांटेड रिकवरी का केस है।
Yes, Lordship. But Lordship, I will also in the next upcoming argument in this case, I'll show you some superpowers that were exercised by the FIA. So now the FIR is registered at 12:30.
एक सेकंड counsel, you are going too far.
So Lordship, now what happened next is that the FIR is registered at 12:30 p.m. So he was arrested somewhere. Then as per the Chalhan, a warrant was taken from the court for to have a check at the place, the home, the residence of the accused. So now, keeping it in mind, the FIA's office is here in Islamabad. There would be some time taken by them to acquire the warrant, the search warrant, and then they travelled around 4 hours to the place, the house in Jhelum, where they conducted a raid, the search, and then it would have taken them some 4 hours to come back, and then they would have to prepare for a technical report for that purpose. Now, interestingly, all this
doesn't take 4 hours to get to jail.
No, Lordship, the exact address we can Google map where the person lives. So, Lordship, all this exercise, arrest, taking the search warrant, traveling, raiding, coming back, then doing that the technical analysis of the phone, all this happened within the time period of 10 to 11 hours. Same date. I personally am not able to understand that how is that even possible.
SOP for the complainant's device as well as the complainant's traffic data to be analyzed wherever the accused takes the defense of entrapment. Right. So this is something which is a matter of investigative SOPs, and the commission, if it is formed, ought to look at it in greater detail, and until then FIA will also tell us why in digital evidence cases these SOPs have not been modified yet after so much noise also. With 348 cases being registered, why haven't they on their own taken the initiative to realize that there is a possible loophole here, so let's close it? How did the IO explain?
He said
that phone जो है वो मैंने कब्जे में इस्तगासे और FIR से 5 दिन कबल सीजर मेमो के तहत ले लिया था.
There was no explanation from the side of the IU. That's the thing.
How can there be no explanation for this?
There was no. Although the counsel of the complainant stated that it is a technical error. How can there be a technical error on the statement of two witnesses?
What do you mean technical error?
They say that it was a clerical error. Sorry, while writing. How can it happen to both of the statements? The only statement.
Did the court see the investigation report?
Yes, and it was same in the investigation report. The IU was not able to answer this question.
So what happened in the bail application before the
It
High
was
Court?
dismissed, Lordship.
Also dismissed there. I would like to see, was this point discussed in the bail order?
Yes, Lord. No, it was not. There was no ground discussed. It was a generic order. Lordship, I have tried to make it as precise as possible. So I'll be discussing only 5 cases. So the first one of that is. So, Lordship, the issue in this was that the person was arrested at 8:35 p.m. The person was arrested at 8:35 p.m. However, for the very first time, the Facebook ID was logged into his phone was at 9:29 p.m., 1 hour after the arrest.